Hey, what it do, sports world? Welcome to the Real Untouchable Podcast. This right here is my last segment of the night. I want to talk about the Washington Commanders, and they have hired former Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn as their new head coach. I'm going to talk about why I think that this right here was the only move that they could have made, why I think that, the other hire that they hired tonight, why that's the perfect match, and why I think that he had to hire this coach. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about Dan Quinn being hired as the Washington Commanders' new head man. All right. But before I get started, hey, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button. All right. And make sure y'all give me your comments in the comment section. All right. If you all want to talk about this, make sure y'all comment and let me know what you all feel about this segment. But like I said before, the Washington Commanders hire former Dallas Cowboys defense coordinator Dan Quinn as their new head man. Okay, Dan Quinn has been leading the Dallas Cowboys defense for like the last couple of years, and I ain't gonna lie, they have been a really, really, really good defense. He have had this defense, ready every single year. This year right here has been one of the down years. Even though they was good, I think this right here has been one of the worst years since he been the head man in Dallas. This past season, okay, but I'm not gonna take away from what he did. But Dan Quinn was the perfect hire for them because, he comes in with experience. And then the person that he brought in with him as the offensive coordinator is what? A former head coach, okay, in Cliff Kingsbury. That's the perfect match made in heaven. Okay, now you got a head coach that loves defense. You got Cliff Kingsbury, who's what? He's a offensive guru. So you bring in, Dan Quinn can run the defense, even though I think he will hire a defensive coordinator, but you have your man that you need to be the offensive coordinator. You got an offensive coordinator, you have a quarterbacks coach and everything. So I think that this right here was the perfect hire. I think, especially now, if it was just Dan Quinn by himself with just a regular offensive coordinator and not Cliff Kingsbury, now I would have been saying, I would have give this right here on a grade. I would probably get it C+. But because he brought Cliff Kingsbury with him and their team, I'm going to give it an A. I'm going to give it maybe a 90. That's the type of grade that I would give him for this hire right here. But by him bringing Cliff Kingsbury, that was the perfect thing to do. Because what happened early in the week, y'all? What happened early in the week was Caleb Williams representative went and told them, Caleb Williams representative told the Chicago Bears that he did not want to play for them. So who had the number 2 pick? The Washington Commanders. So by them, what I think the Bears is going to do, the Bears could ruin everything and say, I don't give a damn who you want to play for. This is who you've been drafted by. This right here, who you're gonna play for. Now that's how the Bears could do it. Who I'm gonna go for? I'm gonna give you all. Like I said, I got a segment that's getting ready to come out, and I will talk about my top 5. I'm gonna do top 5. Then I'm gonna do the top, in 6 through 10 of the NFL draft. I'm gonna do all the way up until the 15th, all the way through all the way through the lottery. Okay, so if Caleb Williams told me as an organization leader that you don't want to play for my organization and you are the best quarterback available, listen, you're going to have to figure this out together. But I'm not going to just because you don't want to play for me. Now, this is a professional team, so you can't pick yourself. So I'm going to have to pick you because I just feel, this is my opinion. And everybody, you can laugh at my opinion. I remember, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. I remember when I said, when Joel Embiid, you can ask my friends, hey, you can ask some of my friends, they'll tell you. When Joel Embiid was getting ready to come out of Kansas, I said, man, this dude right here is the closest thing to Akeem Olajuwon. They started laughing at me. They bust out laughing at me. Now look at him. His game is identical to who? Akeem Olajuwon. And I said this right here, that I feel that this dude right here is the closest quarterback to Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not saying he's going to be like Patrick Mahomes when Patrick Mahomes. I think if you put the right type of players around Caleb Williams, I think that he have a chance to be on the same level or maybe a level below of Patrick Mahomes with the sidearm throws. And then the one thing that I love about Caleb Williams is, and this right here is what I tell people, is that Caleb Williams will run it. Like he's willingly running it. Like you have to worry about his legs. You really like you have to, but you don't really have to. So like Patrick Mahomes, he one of those, he's speeding up and down the field. He don't want to run, but he can run to make you honest, make your defense honest. Caleb Williams comes out to run. You see, Caleb Williams, they're gonna design runs for him. And that's why I think this thing right here, that's why I said this right here is a generational talent in Caleb Williams. He's a generational talent. You cannot pass up on this man with the number one pick if you're Chicago Bears. But he said his representative said that he do not want to play for the Chicago Bears. So who do that leave? The Washington Commanders at the number 2 pick. And I know if he gets to number 2, the Washington Commanders will 100% draft him. And this right here, why this move right here was made. That's why this move right here was made. Let me tell y'all what happened tonight. Caleb Williams posted on his Instagram. What'd he say? Cliff Kingsbury was hired by the Washington Commanders. What did he say? That's good, dog. He said, my dog, congrats. My dog, congrats. Looking at it right here. Caleb Williams on Instagram. This is what he said. So he's happy, clearly, that his dog got that job with the Washington Commanders. And I honestly feel like if they can get Cliff Kingsbury, if they can get Caleb Williams at that number 2 pick, that's the perfect match made in heaven right there. Now, that is the perfect match made in heaven. And I think that that's why this move was made. I think that the Washington Commanders know that Caleb Williams' representatives told the Chicago Bears that he do not want to play for them. So I think that they're going to go another route. Maybe Drake May, maybe Jalen Daniels, maybe they get an offensive lineman, maybe they trade the pick, maybe they trade back, where they can get to number 5 or something, where they can get Marvin Harrison Jr. and accumulate more picks. Maybe that's what the Chicago Bears do. Maybe they keep Justin Fields. Okay, so I think that Caleb Williams is going to go number 2. I think it's number 2 to the Washington Commanders. All right, I was hoping that the Washington Commanders didn't draft. I was hoping that the Washington Commanders drafted Jaden Daniels and the Patriots can get Caleb Williams. But Caleb Williams is not going to make it to number 3. I just don't feel like he is, unless he comes out there and stinks it up in his pre-draft interviews and workouts. This kid is going number 1. And that's why I think the Commanders hired who they hired, which was the head coach Dan Quinn and the offensive coordinator, which is Cliff Kingsbury. These two right here really is a good combination, because now you got a defensive coordinator as your head coach, and you got your offensive man that you always needed and you wanted. Not saying that Eric Bieniemy wouldn't have been that would have been a good fit, but could Eric Bieniemy work with Dan Quinn? I don't know. I don't think they just don't. Their personalities just don't. I don't think they can work together at the top like that. I think that working with Cliff Kingsbury is a better I think that's a better working relationship than Eric Bieniemy and a Dan Quinn. All right. Hey, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like I said, the Washington Commanders hired former Dallas Cowboys defense coordinator Dan Quinn as their new head coach, as their new head man. And what do Dan Quinn do? His first splash was hire former Cardinals and former Texas Tech head coach Cliff Kingsbury as his offensive coordinator. And what do that mean? That means that he got his guru quarterback coach and his guru offensive coordinator. What do that mean next? Could Caleb Williams be on his way to Washington, D.C. to play for the Commanders? I think that right there is going to be what's going to happen. That's most likely what will happen if Caleb Williams being drafted at number 2 by this Washington Commanders team. And like I said, this right here could be a turnaround for this Washington Commanders organization after they got rid of Dan Snyder. Hey, well, let me know what y'all think about this segment. Until next time, man. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. Also, if you got any clothes that you want to get rid of, make sure y'all take it, drop it off at the Goodwill. You got a lot of people out here struggling. You got a lot of people out here homeless. You got a lot of people that need clothes when it's cold outside. I mean, I'm in Iowa right now, and it's cold as heck outside. So I can only imagine what people are going through. So make sure y'all donate that right there to the perfect Goodwill store or whatever. So these people can get these clothes. Because like I said, it's cold out here, man. Help, that's what we do, man. We help people. All right. Until next time, man. Y'all have a great week. Be safe out there. All right. Peace.